Before dawn, two spirits rose. Before dawn, two spirits rose from a mist-covered river and stepped onto land as men. Fish Boy was curious about human kindness. His companion Yuan Yu warned that people feared whatever they could not name. Their journey was meant to last only one day. But among the tea fields, a young woman named Jinju was running from a masked attacker. Fish Boy heard her cry and chose to interfere. That single act would cost him the power he had cultivated for 1,000 years and bind his fate to hers. Fish Boy called water from the river and drove the attacker away. In the struggle, the luminous pearl holding his spiritual power flew from his chest. Instead of returning to him, it entered Jinju and vanished beneath her heartbeat. She survived. Fish Boy did not. At least, not as he had before. His command of water disappeared, and the river rejected him like a locked door. Jinju awoke remembering only the wave and the stranger who had saved her. Fish Boy now needed the pearl inside her, but removing it might end the life he had just protected. Unable to return home, Fish Boy followed Jinju to the Chen family's tea estate. He took work there under a human name, planning to recover his pearl when it could be done safely. Yet every opportunity revealed another danger around her. Someone loosened a bridge rail. Tea shipments were sabotaged. A shadow watched her bedroom window. Fish Boy began to wonder why a masked enemy wanted Jinju dead. More troubling, he discovered that protecting her mattered even when it delayed his return to the river. Jinju noticed that the strange new worker always appeared before an accident. When a heavy drying rack collapsed, he placed himself between her and the falling wood. With no magic left, the rescue injured him. Jinju treated his wounds and demanded honesty. Fish Boy admitted he was searching for something precious, but not what it was or where it rested. She did not fully trust him. Still, each new attack forced them to work together, and suspicion slowly became partnership. Partnership, without either of them planning it, became affection. At the river, Fish Boy almost told Jinju everything. Moonlight answered before he could. His human body sat beside her, but the reflection below showed his true form. The same gentle face joined to the silver-blue body of a great river fish. Jinju recoiled, not from his appearance, but from the scale of the secret. Fish Boy explained the pearl and promised he would never take it by force. She realized their first meeting had saved her by imprisoning him. Love had grown between them, but now it carried a debt neither knew how to repay. The Chen brothers, Jiming and Jizhong, had been watching. They feared Fish Boy wanted the estate and decided to expose him. They surrounded him with dry nets, emptied every water jar, and threatened Jinju until instinct forced his transformation. Before the village, his human legs became a shining fish body. Panic spread faster than explanation. The brothers called him a monster and claimed every attack was his work. People who had accepted his help minutes earlier now stepped away from him. They placed Fish Boy in a wet cart and dragged him through the street. Some villagers mocked him. Others watched in silence, relieved that humiliation belonged to someone else. Jinju pushed through them and covered his face with her arms. She told the crowd that this was the being who had repeatedly saved her while the real attacker remained free. Her defense did not immediately change their minds. Courage rarely works that quickly. But it forced every witness to choose whether fear excused cruelty. The masked attacker finally entered the estate's hidden storeroom. He was a former steward whose family had been ruined years earlier when Chen elders blamed him for stolen tea and seized his land. The brothers had discovered the truth and concealed it to protect their inheritance. Jinju found the old seal and accounts that proved the injustice. The steward's grievance was real, but he had chosen to punish a daughter for the acts of an earlier generation. Fishboy understood both sides of his rage. Wrongs buried in silence do not disappear, yet suffering does not grant permission to create another victim. The steward broke the warehouse gates, sending river water through the tea stores as Jinju became trapped beneath collapsing timber. Fishboy had no pearl and almost no strength. Still, he entered the flood. Water answered him, not as a weapon, but as the oldest part of his nature. Yuan Yu held back the attacker while Fishboy lifted one final wave and carried Jinju free. The villagers saw the truth. His power had never decided whether he was dangerous. His choices had. The same was true of every human standing there. At dawn, the Chen family returned the stolen land and opened the old case publicly. Jinju chose to return the pearl. Fishboy accepted it only after she understood the risk and gave consent. Then he divided its light, keeping enough to live while leaving enough to protect the life it had already saved. He could enter the river again, yet he no longer belonged only there. Across the shallow water, Jinju reached for his hand. Love did not erase the distance between human and spirit. It gave them the courage to cross it honestly.